Road flickers in the corner, like a flame that learned to sing, and the bass walks off beside it in a slow December swing. Your breath curls on the quiet, falling gentle into view, and the sleigh bell sparkles lightly like a secret meant for two. Trumpet echo down the room, soft reverb on winter air, bending through the haze between us as if it always finds you there. And we move in a candle echo groove, letting night shape the world we lean into, as the glow paints a softer point of view. Footsteps blur outside the window, snow dissolving into gray, and the road's replies in shimmer with a chord that drifts away. You smile, a subtle ember, warming shadows by your sleeve, and the bass leans close to follow every hope you almost breathe. Trumpet echo down the room, soft reverb on winter air, bending through the haze between us as if it always finds you there. And we move in a candle echo groove, letting night shape the world we lean into, as the glow paints a softer point of view. If the light begins to flicker and the wax runs low and thin, I'll still hear your quiet rhythm in the place our thoughts begin. Stay inside this gentle warmth where the dark forgets to pry, roads humming like a promise held beneath a silver sky. And we move in a candle echo groove, with the trumpet's final shimmer slipping through, as the night leans a little closer into you.
Snow drifts in a trembling loop, curling around my shoes, counting time in quiet threes as the night leans close. I breathe a tiny cloud of blue, letting it rise toward you, hoping the rhythm still knows our names. Lantern light turns soft and slow, folding over fresh white snow. Brush beats circling my pulse like a familiar hand. Roads hums a wandering tune, warm as a hidden room where winter never quite comes inside. And I waltz through the frost, letting each step fall just a little late. You once told me the cold can teach us to hold what we can't translate. So I turn again, letting the night pretend we're only learning how to wait. horn sighs in a silver arc, lingering in the dark, bending notes like bending light on a window pane. Bass walks soft with a tender slide, as if trying to guide my drifting thoughts back to your hands. There's a warmth in the hiss and hum, like a promise still becoming something we never quite managed to phrase. I tilt my head toward the skyline glow, feeling the whole world slow, as if winter is listening in. And I waltz through the frost, letting each step fall just a little late. If the melody calls, I'll follow the small echo of your shape. Turn once more with me into the gentle sweep of everything we almost made. Night wraps around the final spin, soft as remembering. Roads flickers with tape-worn wings, fluttering low. I breathe your name into the cold, watch it shimmer uncontrolled, a fleeting shadow on melting snow. And I waltz through the frost, letting the last beat cross into silent space. If the music remains, I'll find you again in the waltz we traced. Every snowfall line, every fragile sign leans closer to your grace. The whisper numbers or a dial are spinning slow, a perfect 3/4 measure in the snow. The kind of rhythm built for hesitation, a simple, quiet, lo-fi calculation. I find myself humming along to the hiss, the soft, persistent sound of what I miss. A melody the road is tracing out without a single shadow of doubt. This isn't a ballroom, there's no polished floor, just the muffled sound outside the door. The upright bass is holding steady ground, the warmest, deepest anchor to be found. It walks in circles, elegant and neat, a slow, cold waltz for solitary feet. I lean into the sound, a gentle, patient beat, a dusty kind of beautiful and bittersweet. The muted horn just sighs above the keys, like a sudden, unexpected winter breeze. It catches every ending phrase I make, a promise that the melody won't break. The brush drum whispers, barely there at all, just confirming that the snowflakes fall. The warmth and the cold are starting to blend, a feeling that refuses to fully end. I remember holding hands in perfect time. Now I just step softly in this frozen rhyme. It's the rhythm of waiting, the slow turn of the key, an elegant surrender just for me. Ooh. The low numbs every sound until only the pure warm feelings can be found. I let the melody repeat and gently fade. A private frost waltz perfectly unmade.
The first few flakes always lie, you know, they whisper. We'll just be a dust of snow. But they bring their million chilly friends along to rearrange the street like something wrong. I trace the little path you cut last spring, a ghost of green now underneath this thing. The trumpet player down the block is late. His chord progressions always seal my fate. I told myself I liked the way it chilled the air, a clinical excuse for not having you there. And now the road is playing soft and low, a perfect complicated structure of the code. I could use a map, I need a compass to navigate the distance between us. It's a long walk back from that decision. All I hear is the hum of my own derision. It's strange how silence gets its own deep sound when the city finally lets its guard down. Just me and the geometry of cold concrete, and the lonely rhythm of my 2 flat feet. I should call you now just to break the spell, but what if you're sleeping too well? What if the snow on your window pane looks nothing like the quiet, perfect, self-inflicted rain? I remember the night we swore we'd stay until the first warm day chased the gray away. We drew a line in the sand, but this is snow, and it melts into nothing the moment you let go. I'm standing here letting my breath curl and freeze, trying to find the keys to my own stupid ease. The road repeats the same question for me, a simple minor 7th for eternity. And I realize the cold isn't the distance, it's the space I built around your warmth just to save face. It's a long walk back from that quiet white surrender, but I'm moving step by measured clumsy sender. The dust of snow is turning into ice, a perfect, painful, terrible advice. I'm pushing off against the soft, slow weight The trumpet player finally got his straight. He's playing something hopeful, something absurd. The only song for me is the unspoken word. The snow path ends right here, I can't look back. Just the rhythm of the train coming down the track.
Cold light on the river tonight, and I'm stepping where the echo's been. Heels tapping on a sleepy bridge, wondering if you'll drift back again. There's a crease in the sky like a quiet grin, and a breath in my chest that won't stay in. I let it slide out slow, just to hear how the night might answer. Snow dances sideways in the street lamp glow. Tiny ghosts trying to follow my pace. I hum a line we once pretended to know, a crooked tune with your name in the space. Something swings in the dark like a secret sign. Your shadow woman, the chill of mine. I keep walking till the rhythm starts to loosen my hands again. And the groove folds low, melting under my coat, pulling me through the cold like you used to. If you're out there in the hush, feeling time fall through the hush, maybe you catch the rush, the one that still finds me. Trumpet sighs through the veil of snow, a soft car slipping over the rail. Roads glimmers like a memory glow, a ripple left by an unfinished tale. I tilt my face toward the top floor light, half a laugh, half a dare to the night. Your heartbeat used to sync with the swing of my smallest motions. I cross the bridge slow, letting each footfall bloom, letting old warmth rise from a forgotten groove. If you hear this tune floating low past midnight's room, follow the brush drum's plume, it's pointing you to me. And the snow keeps dancing though it never learned the steps, keeps turning in its clumsy grace, keeps landing on my lips. I whisper your name into the shallow wind's drift, watch it scatter like sparks that remember the flame. Somewhere ahead the night widens, soft as your smile used to be, and the groove still warm in my pocket, pushing brushes gently at my feet. I breathe in the shimmer of nothing, let it color my tone anew. If you meet me halfway on this bridge, I'll swing the last few bars with you. Snow bridge grew, it's the path the quiet chooses. If you follow close, the rhythm never loses. The numbers on the clock are soft and low, exactly 80 beats per minute, just like snow, falling quiet on the windowsill. The kind of stillness that can make time stand still. I found this tape beneath a pile of books. It smells like rain and yesterday and knowing looks. It plays a rhythm just for being here, a perfect antidote to every fear. It's just a whisper now, this little road, pulling blankets up around our heavy loads. The bass line walks the floor so very slow, saying everything we don't need to know. This gentle swing, it never asks for much, just the simple, necessary human touch. We could talk about the weather, we could talk about the moon, but this old tape says everything too soon. Brushing like a careful hand, mapping out the borders of this quiet land. Every few measures, a gentle tiny fill, like a sigh escaping perfectly still. I wonder who recorded this for whom, a secret shared inside a silent room. Maybe they're waiting for the thought, or maybe finding peace was the final law, and every note just melts into the next, a comforting, predictable, quiet text. The little crackle on the edge is sweet and true. It proves that something honest made it through. Crescendo or a final sharp release, just this low tempo, perfect piece of peace. Let the winter tape serenade us till we drift, a small melodic essential gift. The night leans into silence as the road begins to glow. warm as footsteps in the snowfall, finding places we could go. Your breath hangs soft between us like a secret in the cold, and the bass steps slow beneath it in a story half retold. Hit a trumpet in the dark, a silver whisper on the air, walking gently with the roads as if it always meant to care. And we move in this snow path jazz tonight, letting time fold its heartbeat out of sight as the world dims itself to softer light. Final hum beneath the quiet wraps the moment in its haze, and the brush kit paints the shadows in 1,000 tender ways. You laugh into the winter, just a spark behind your grin, and the bass leans close to follow where your warmth has always been. Theater trumpet in the dark, a silver whisper on the air, walking gently with the roads as if it always meant to care. And we move in this snow path jazz tonight, letting time fold its heartbeat out of sight as the world dims itself to softer light. If the cold grows deep around us and the glow begins to thin, I'll still hear your voice returning in the hum the night is in. Stay along this quiet lane where the dark won't press too near, roads humming like a lantern, keeping every shadow clear. And we move in this snow path jazz tonight, with the trumpet's final shimmer taking flight as the snow holds the gentle steps we ride.
Flax and echo swinging slow, marking 85 beats a minute. The quiet air is hanging heavy with everything that's in it. The bass line starts beneath the floor, a low and steady drone, the sound of being perfectly, profoundly alone. I watch the candle on the mantle, throwing shadows high. The only real conversation is the echo of the sky. The road's keys fall like drops of water deep inside a well, and every note returns to me, trapped beneath the spell. It's a strange kind of comfort, this cold and vacant room, lit by a tiny perfect flame, battle in the gloom. The high sleigh sparkle glimmers once, a past a nervous flash, like light reflecting off a tear or a piece of broken glass. The drum brush keeps the tempo clean, a simple velvet guide. But the rhythm of my thinking is where the true secrets hide. The bass slides out a question, a curve that bends and dips. It's always asking something silent with those fretless moving lips. I lean in close to catch the heat, the temporary warmth, ignoring the deep reverb that predicts the coming storm. I'm listening for the melody to finally break the seal, to tell me what this echo means and what this silence feels. Fragile thing, burning down its core, but it's brighter than the million lights right outside the door. The music slows for one last breath, a final quiet sway before the slow swing carries me into another day.
Close and quiet as the rose begins to sway, glowing like a trembling lantern, guiding shadows into play. Your breath drifts soft beside me, just a whisper on the glass. Bass steps slow beneath it, in a warmth that seems to last. Handed horn in gentle bloom, curling lightly through the hiss, bending like a fragile promise that forgets it can't be bliss. So we sway in a candlelight waltz undone, letting time gently fold where we begun. As the world softens in the absence of the sun, your eyes reflect the flicker of a flame that sways in tune, and the roads replies and shimmer like a quiet winter moon. Brushes paint the moment faintly on a canvas made of air, tracing all the quiet wishes that we're too afraid to share. Scented horn in gentle bloom, curling lightly through the hiss, bending like a fragile promise that forgets it can't be bliss. So we sway in a candlelight waltz undone, letting time gently fold where we begun. If the glow begins to falter and the warmth starts thinning through, I'll still hear your voice in shadow where the night once leaned on you. Stay where the hush grows golden, where the dark won't dare intrude. Roads humming like a tender secret, held in flickering altitude. And we sway in a candlelight waltz undone, with the horn's final shimmer nearly spun, as the room leans a little closer, one to one.
Moonlight fritters float, streetlets wear a halo, a damp and hazy ring, and the low river hums beneath the weight the winter brings.
The swing is slow, 82 beats, a pulse that's hard to find, leaving all the hurried hours and the daylight far behind.
The fretless bass is talking low, sliding through the frost, a liquid midnight conversation of the things that we have lost. It bends the notes like water moves, consistent and profound, the deepest, warmest, steady sound across the quiet ground.
The road's keys catch the moonlight, silver on the wet, a flickering reflection of the things we won't forget.
A sequence of low minor chords, a melody so slight, it feels like breathing out the cold into the coming night. The trumpet starts to wander, a ribbon through the air, sighing out a long slow note like a single quiet prayer. It paints the surface of the river, polished, dark and deep, waking up the sleeping promise that the frozen current keeps.
We talk about the distance and the cities in the past, but the only thing that's moving now is the shadow that you cast. The lo-fi surface crackle sounds like water running fast, but we both know in this moment nothing's built to truly last.
But this slow groove is endless, a current we can trust,
Turning all the fading light into golden river dust.
the bass and the brushes keep the secret of the flow, the perfect gentle rhythm of the things you need to know. So let the night be heavy, let the silence settle in,
We'll just watch the moon reflect right where the journey will begin.
or maybe where it simply pauses on the surface, dark and cool.
In the timeless gentle mirror of the winter river pool. always knew the flow. Your breath curls in the cold, painting ripples in the air, while the swing leans back in rhythm like it's learning how to care. Trumpets sliding through the dark, a silver line that cuts the blue, melting into gentle currents as it follows after you. And we drift in a winter river groove, letting night shape the path we fall into as the world softens into subtle moves. Footsteps fade along the bank where the frost begins to shine, and the road deflects the shimmer in a glow that feels like mine. They step in with a warmth that the water can't erase, and the brush snare paints the silence with a half-remembered grace. Trumpets sliding through the dark, a silver line that cuts the blue, melting into gentle currents as it follows after you. And we drift in a winter river groove, letting night shape the path we fall into as the world softens into subtle moves. If the moon decides to wander and the light begins to thin, I'll still hear your quiet rhythm in the place the stream begins. Stay where the water whispers under skies that never move, roads glowing like a lantern pulling us into the groove. And we drift in a winter river groove with the trumpets, final shimmer slipping through as the night flows a little closer to you. Hiss and honey waltzed a tallywaltz at 3 beats to the air. The world outside is standing still, but we don't seem to care. The glow from the single candle is enough for us to see the gentle sway and motion of this quiet scenery. The bass walks softly underneath a low and steady friend, knowing exactly where the rhythm starts and where the measure ends. It's a perfect, simple pattern, a loop we understand, held close within the compass of a steady moving hand. The rose is weaving something warm, a tapestry of sound, where all the little imperfections note that's held too long. That's the kind of honest flaw that makes this place belong. The trumpet breathes a small soft chord, a sigh of pure relief, a punctuation mark that's gentle, simple, and so brief. It hangs there in the atmosphere above the dusty hiss, a little moment of pure truth sealed with an analog kiss. This is the waltz of the unhurried, the dance of the unseen, the space between the things that are and what they used to mean. The vinyl crackles keeping time, a steady rhythmic fall. We're not waiting for the party, we're just answering the call.
Frost tape nights, tape crackle in the corner, like the room forgot to sleep, and the roads lean soft and amber in a glow the dark can't keep. Your shadow drifts beside me, slow enough to feel the sound, while the bass walks close and careful round the hush we've both found. Trumpets sighing through the haze, a tender ache in winter air, melting on the brush snare, whispers like it barely knew it's there. And we breathe through these frost tape nights alone, letting time fold the quiet we've outgrown, as the world softens every sharp unknown. You trace a line of warmth across the cold inside the glass, and the road's replies in shimmer, with a chord too kind to pass. Footsteps fade outside into the drifting snowy blue, and the bass leans deep beneath us, as if holding on to you. Trumpets sighing through the haze, a tender ache in winter air, melting on the brush snare, whispers like it barely knew it's there. Through these frost tape nights alone, letting time fold the quiet we've outgrown, as the world softens every sharp unknown. If the glow begins to flicker and the moment thins away, I'll still hear your warmth returning in the crackle where we stayed. Stay inside this fragile light, where the night won't press too far. Roads humming like a memory, waiting right where you are. And we breathe through these frost-taped nights alone, with the trumpet's final shimmer scarcely shown, as the snow wraps the silence we've been shown.
Delirium hour keeps dissolving slow into the gentle blue. There's a comfort in the silence that only I and the tape deck knew. The crackle is the clock tonight, counting the passing time. A familiar, lovely distortion, a secret, perfect rhyme. The upright bass is holding steady, a deep and velvet drum, telling me exactly where this quiet feeling's coming from. And the brush snare is barely there, a whisper in the dark, just marking out the territory where we left our lonely mark. I pull the blanket higher up against the window's chill, listen to the imperfections of the things that stand stock still, the flutter in the melody, the gentle human sway of the music being played by someone long since gone away. The rose is pouring out the warmth, liquid and full of grace, illuminating every tiny solitary space. And the trumpet sighs a breath out, soft and far away, a weary muted farewell to the closing of the day. This late night calm is heavy, weighted by the snow, but the tape noise keeps me anchored to the things I wanna know. The truth is hidden in the hiss, the imperfections deep, a promise that some memories are too vital just to sleep. So let the reel turn slowly, let the magnetic oxide spin. I'm letting all the cold outside stay out and all the warmth stay in. Just the bass and the brushes and the road's unwavering light, holding on to every second of this fragile frost tape night.
There's a whisper in the frost tonight, a little crackle on the winter line, like a song we left on pause that kept playing in the dark, and the hush along the lamplit street falls in time with our uneven feet. Hear that bass walk slow and sweet, it remembers where we started. Snow falls with a swing, soft as an old machine, warming the world between your breath and mine. If you lean close and you'll hear the tape begin to hum the shape we've been this whole long time. Trumpet melts into a ruby glow, painting halos in the drifting snow. Every note a quiet hello you once sent my way. Road shivers like a winter flame, holding color where the night turns gray. I catch your smile in the soft delay, half a beat behind me. Snow falls with a swing, waltzing on broken wings, looping forgotten things we meant to say. If you let it ring, you'll feel the memories bring a gentle echoing of yesterday. Your voice wraps warm around my name like a scarf against the cold. I sway closer without thinking, letting every note unfold. Your laugh hits the mic with a silver flare, fluttering through the tape-worn air. I slip a half-step late just to match your rhythm. Snow falls with a swing, soft percussion ting-a-ling, sleigh bells wandering off the line. If we follow the ring, we'll find the midnight spring the winter songs can bring when hearts align. So hold me in the drift a while, where breath and music blend. Let the tape roll warm and fragile, let the moment never end. Snow falls with a swing, pulling us into its ring, turning our voices into one soft shine. In this winter tape swing, every fragile little thing feels suddenly like it's perfectly